Hello coders, today we're going to be talking about how the To-Do app is one of my favorite applications to use when learning a programming language or a programming discipline. The To-Do app essentially is a way of creating lots of chronological items. And in doing so, you need to learn about how to store that data. So that usually is in a database, which means that you need to learn how to connect and communicate to an external data storage. The front end of a To-Do app is extremely simple. Essentially, it is just a list of items in that chronological order, and you get to mark off whether or not you've done that task. You can also play with dates as well, so you can set a date in which that item, that task, has to be performed and completed. Now, what I've explained there is a CRUD architecture. Essentially, what you're doing is you're creating, you're removing, you're updating, and you are replacing. You are altering tasks in a chronological order. And the To-Do app, the concept of creating tasks, is something that is a cornerstone in other applications as well. If you think about invoice systems and their complexities, at the core part of an invoice system is a To-Do application. You are creating an invoice application based on tasks that you have created, and you can assign perhaps an hour or a daily rate to those tasks. So the To-Do app is an extremely simple application that has the potential of becoming a larger application in the future. So this isn't like your typical Hello World application where you're just literally creating a very simple thing that gets echoed out to the page. This is something that you can actually use, and you can use on a day-to-day basis. You can also add a login and a registration section to the application as well, which means that you can have different users having different tasks and so on and so forth. The core principles behind a To-Do app can also be used in a blog. Essentially, what you're doing is you're creating a series of chronological blog posts where you can actually publish them based on the date and time that you set or you schedule for these tasks to be created. So once you start using and creating and developing your To-Do app, you can actually use the skills that you've learnt when creating that application in other things, like, for example, the blog application, like the invoice application, like your own portfolio, where you're actually creating pages, and those pages perhaps have a scheduled date, much like when you want to complete the task that you've got in your To-Do application. And that is why I feel the To-Do app is one of my favorite applications to build when I am learning a programming language or a programming discipline. Not only does it teach you how to store and access data in an external data source, be it a MySQL database or a MongoDB, a NoSQL data source, but it also allows you to extend this in the future. I'll be interested to hear what you guys think in terms of what is your favorite application that you create when you first develop and learn a programming language. Let me know, put your thoughts down in the comment section below. Thank you ever so much for watching. Happy coding, everyone. I'll see you again soon. Cheers. Bye.